When it comes to writing your first book, you want to make sure that you keep things simple. I know the writing process can seem overwhelming, but it really doesn't have to be. In today's episode, I want to help you create a simple plan so you can finally get organized and write the book God has placed in your heart. I also want to mention that I created a free book outline template called Plan Your Book with Clarity, available for you in the show notes. Inside the template, you'll be able to organize your ideas in one place, map out your chapters, write down key points and stories you want to include, clarify your book message, and create a simple direction for your writing process. So, if you've been sitting down to write and wondering, where do I even start? Or how do I organize all my ideas and notes? This resource will really help you simplify the process and gain clarity along your writing journey. The link to grab your free book outline template is in the show notes. Ready to write your first book and make an impact? Do you wish you could organize your book ideas without feeling overwhelmed and actually find the time to write and finish your book? Hey, I'm Donna Cherie, a book writing coach and author. Welcome to Book Writing Made Simple. Inside this podcast, I'll teach you how to get a clear vision for your book idea, get organized, keep it simple, and develop a writing plan so you can finally get your book out into the world. Grab a notebook and pen with your favorite cup of tea. Hey, aspiring author, welcome back to Book Writing Made Simple. I'm so glad you're here. This is the space you want to be in when it comes to writing your first book and keeping the writing process simple. I'm super excited because we're getting ready to hit a major milestone on the podcast of reaching 10,000 downloads, which I know and believe that it is going to happen any day now, and I'm super stoked about it. I want to give a huge thank you for supporting this podcast, whether you've been listening weekly, shared the podcast with a friend, or just subscribe to the show. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I pray that this podcast is blessing you and helping you write and finish your book so that you can make a kingdom impact. I also want to share that I have a free book outline template called Plan Your Book with Clarity, available for you in the show notes. This template will really help you organize your ideas in one place, map out your chapters, write down key points and stories you want to include in your book, clarify your book message, and create a simple direction for your writing process. The link to grab your free book outline template is in the show notes. Can I tell you what I believe is one of the biggest reasons aspiring authors feel overwhelmed? Trying to hold their entire book in their head. You've got notes in different places, random thoughts on sticky notes, ideas in your phone, half-written paragraphs, voice notes, chapter ideas floating around in your mind. And because nothing really feels organized, your book starts feeling mentally heavy. So instead of writing, you overthink, you procrastinate, you keep saying, I need to get organized first. And honestly, you do. You do need to get organized first, but not in a complicated way. You don't need a 50-page strategy. You don't need to know every publishing step right now. And you definitely don't need to have your entire book figured out before you begin. You simply need a clear and simple plan, because overwhelm often comes from a lack of clarity, and clarity creates movement, momentum, and that's what you want. When I first started writing my book, I didn't fully understand the writing process either. I had ideas, lots of ideas, thoughts, experiences I knew I wanted to share, but everything felt scattered at first. And I think sometimes aspiring authors assume they need to figure everything out before they can begin writing. But what actually helped me move forward was creating a simple plan, not a perfect plan, not a 50-page plan, a simple one. Once I started organizing my chapters, my message, my key points, my stories, the examples that I wanted to include in my book, the writing process started feeling lighter, more manageable, more clear, more achievable. And that's why I'm such a strong believer in outlines and book planning. Like, those are the key principles and the foundation of the book writing process that I believe every aspiring author needs, including you. Because when your thoughts have structure, your writing gains direction. And that's what you want and need, is direction to be able to write and finish your book. Let me give you a simple plan to eliminate overwhelm in your writing process. So, the first part of that plan is to clarify your book message. Before you focus on chapters, ask yourself, what is this book truly about? What message has God placed on my heart to share with the world? Who is this book for? Who is my ideal reader? Who can benefit from this book? What transformation do I want the reader to experience? When your message is unclear, everything else feels so confusing in the book writing process. But when your message becomes clear, when you understand what you are going to write about, the purpose of your book, your writing gains direction. Your writing also begins to get that clarity, and that is what you want. The second part of the plan is to stop trying to write the whole book at once. This is where overwhelm sneaks in. And what this looks like is you sit down thinking about what you're going to write, the introduction, every chapter, publishing, editing, formatting, book covers, the title, marketing, all the things. And your brain gets overloaded before you can even begin writing. Listen, focus on one section at a time. Start small. Write your introduction. You can just start there with writing your introduction. Write one chapter. Focus on one scene, one point, one story. That's it. You have to just focus on one section at a time. Your book gets completed one section at a time. It's not all at once. So release the idea, release the thoughts of having to focus on everything and trying to write your whole book at once, because it's not beneficial and it really just brings overwhelm, and we want to eliminate that. So the third part of your simple plan is that you need to create a simple chapter outline. You don't need a super complicated, complex outline. You simply need your chapter ideas, key points, stories you want to include, scriptures, examples, reflections, those sorts of things. This is super simple. Think of your outline as your writing roadmap. If you've been listening to this show for any amount of time, you know that I always say your outline is your bullseye. It is your roadmap that is going to lead you to the finish line, to the end result of having a completed manuscript. And when you have a simple chapter outline, it helps you to stop wondering, what should I write today? Or trying to figure out bits and pieces. No, you have your outline, and all you have to do is just follow your outline, because the direction is already there. And to be truthful with you, this alone removes so much mental clutter. Number 4 is to keep your ideas organized in one place. This is so huge and so big because so many people get overwhelmed because their ideas or their manuscript is not in one place, and then they stop because it's just too much. It becomes too much. So a part of your plan needs to be to keep your ideas organized in one place. Stop storing your ideas everywhere. Notebooks, random papers, different apps, loose thoughts. You need one main place for your book ideas. That's why I created this template so you can organize your thoughts, map out your chapters, keep your ideas together, and finally stop feeling mentally scattered. When your ideas are organized, writing becomes much easier. I want to say that again. When your ideas are organized, writing becomes much easier. You can stay in the writing flow. So, a simple plan, again, I want to recap that will help you to eliminate overwhelm to write your book is to number one, clarify your book message. Number two, stop trying to write the whole book at once. Number three, create a simple chapter outline. Number four, keep your ideas organized in one place. So, if writing your book has been feeling overwhelming lately, I want you to hear me clearly. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You simply need a clear next step. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stop overcomplicating the process and return to simplicity. Because writing your first book is absolutely possible. You just need a plan that gives your thoughts direction, a simple plan. So be sure to check out my free book outline template, Plan Your Book with Clarity. Inside this free resource, you'll be able to organize your ideas in one place, map out your chapters, write down stories and key points, clarify your message, and create a simple direction for your writing process. You don't have to be overwhelmed anymore, scattered, or be unsure where to begin. Go ahead and download your free template in the show notes. Let's get that book out of your head and into your hands. Until next time, ciao. Thanks for tuning in. I hope today's episode inspired you to take that next step to write your book. Remember, small steps lead to big results. If this podcast has blessed you in some way, be sure to leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. Your support means the world to me, and it helps others to find the show. Also, be sure to pass on the inspiration by sharing this episode with a friend who could benefit from this message. God bless you, sis, and never, ever give up.